Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wanted the opportunity to not watch this video, now is your time to hit that stop button. So boys, I think it's time that we talk. It is definitely a special day today. And I think it's time. I've really tried over the years not to be toxic or negative. But I think there's definitely a limit. And today is that limit of taking this bullshit over time. I've been patient, boys. I've been very patient. But the level of methane that's been inhaled by first world countries is at an all-time high. When you actually inhale this amount of poopy gas, it changes your brain on a cellular level to the point where you actually go completely insane and start dreaming about rainbows and unicorns. I think at this point you realize that I am quite upset. In fact, I'm highly triggered at levels thought to be impossible. When you are some of the most fortunate people in the entire world, living in a first world country, working for the best studios, developing games, right? How do you end up messing up this bad? And I may be not the most educated person or the cleverest person, but you must understand how desperate things are if a dumb person tells you how dumb you are. And you may think now that maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and you may be correct. But in fact, I woke up triggered. Not only triggered this morning, but with a vengeance. Just imagine going to sleep in a bad mood and sleeping right through, and as soon as you open your eyes, it's been like you never slept at all. But even though everything is crystal clear because you've seen this bad movie before, and ultimately you know that it will not end well, but even knowing this, why do you keep on making the same mistake? I was actually in such a state this morning when I woke up that I dropped my helmet and my entire visor broke off. And then, yes, you have to think, we have reached that level of that feeling that I'm gonna describe to you. And you know that feeling when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's pitch dark, and you get up to go to the toilet, and you bare feet, and you walk down the hall, and your husky ate something bad, and they took a huge diuretic shit. Right in the center of the hallway where you're walking down, bare feet, and you step in it, and you get that warm feeling in between your toes. And you're standing there in the dark, not even thinking, just standing. And while you're standing in the pitch dark, you get a faint whiff of how fresh it is. And finally, you get to realize the situation where you have to, in the dark, slowly move around to find the light switch so that you can put your foot in the bath and wash it down with ice cold water before you take a ton of toilet paper to clean up to clean the mess the husky has made. At somewhere down the line, at any part, you probably have to realize that you're in a very bad situation, and that maybe in the future you should avoid feeding your husky spaghetti and mince. That does not work with their system. But I think the message we're trying to get across is what level of common sense do we need to start talking about so that there can be an understanding somewhere. And you can try and help someone, but if they do not listen or take your advice and just do whatever they want to and ignore the realities of the situation, then they cannot be helped. So where do we go then from there? Ultimately, you can fail, but you could always turn that around into a success as well. Or you can do something wrong and you can realize that and do something right. But if you know you do something wrong and you continue to do that same thing wrong for multiple years, then it doesn't even make sense. Make it make sense. We are in a time in humanity where it's 2023. We have the best technology. We have the most intelligent people in the world. We've got some of the best knowledge, and somehow still we cannot achieve a simple thing. And at this point, I don't even know what to say anymore. There's just nothing to be said. It's just a complete joke at the end of the day. Boys, it's time. It is time to get up and allow the legs and the bum-bums to get some blood flow and take a walk outside and get some good sunlight. Maybe go to the country so you can get some of that fresh air desperately needed to repair some of the brain cells. But that's enough from me. Enjoy your day.